Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Bulldog Business Show. We're so glad that you're joining us today. So in this installment, we're going to give you a closer look at our Master of Business Administration program. We're going to talk to the director, also the recruiting and events coordinator. You'll hear about our online program as well and how you can pursue the degree at your own pace. But before we get to all that, we're going to do our business bites as we always do. So the Center for Entrepreneurship and Outreach is accepting applications for Startup Summit 2026. This event is our business plan competition where contestants will go head to head with their startup ideas and plans. We'll have a category for college students from all over the United States, and then the Mississippi Made competition is open to all startups that are based here in Mississippi. This year we even have a high school component. The deadline to apply is March 9th, and our Startup Summit is April the 10th at the Mill. Now, of course, as always, we want to remind you how to join Club 1915. One way is if you are watching us join that, you can join by scanning that QR code that's there on your screen. It will take you directly to the site to find out more information about Club 1915. You can also join there if you're listening to the podcast today. The website is business.msstate.edu/Club1915. When you join, you'll be getting monthly updates from Dean Scott Graw about the College of Business. Your support helps us with live learning, classroom updates, business technology, and so much more. You'll also get invitations to Club 1915 events to network with fellow business Bulldogs. So please join us. And now to our first guest. Angelia Knight is the director of our MBA program, and we're so glad to have you here. Thanks so much for being here. This is not your first time on the show, but we do like to give folks a refresh so that they know all about our MBA program. So just kind of get us started, kind of an overview of the MBA program.
Okay. The MBA program is about 65 years old, and I have been with the program since 2014. So in that time, we've seen a lot of iterations of the program. We've gone from requiring the GMAT to not requiring the GMAT. We've gone from people being able to start the program in January, June, or August to for on-campus starting summer only. So we're now a cohort-based system, and we've implemented all kinds of changes with orientation, professional development, that kind of thing. And that's for our on-campus students. Our online students can join, any semester of the year. But they also have access to career services, they have access to academic advising, all of the kinds of things that they need in order to be successful.
One of the things I love about this program, and I've learned since I've been here, is that you have people from all disciplines who decide they want to get an MBA. What's a good reason to get an MBA, would you say?
Okay. I like the fact that you say that it's all disciplines. When the MBA was created many moons ago, it was really meant for people who didn't have business backgrounds so that they could learn more about managing, they could learn more about leading, they could learn more about how to start their own business in whatever field that they had. And I think over the years it has just grown and morphed into why people do it. I think a lot of people started out, I remember whenever I started working with MBA programs, people started, well, I want to be CFO someday, or I want to be a CEO of a big company, or whatever. And now I find a lot of our Mississippi students are wanting to take over their family business and do some transformations, which is really, really cool to see.
And they get a lot of exposure and some experience helping to do those type of things. We'll talk about consulting in just a minute. But what is the process for getting to get enrolled?
Okay.
The application.
Okay, so our online program has 3 different possible dates for deadlines. So we have December, May, and August for deadlines, depending on which semester you want to enroll in. For our on-campus students, our preferred application deadline is November 15th. The later application is January 15th. For our on-campus program, we do have an interview requirement, and we'll usually interview students, about 20 students on any given single day, which is a little lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, as the rest of the staff will attest. But The reason we do the interviews for the on-campus students is because we place them into permanent 4- and 5-person teams for the year. That helps us assess personality because we want the teams to get along.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
One other time that they get to do a lot of teamwork is during the MBA consulting at the end of the program. That is really where they get that real world experience.
Oh, yes. And actually there's a few courses even before that require a lot of group work to get them ready for consulting. But with the consulting, each individual MBA team takes on a separate project, and it's a live project from a company. So, and thank you for helping us recruit a lot of those projects. But this year, I mean, we've done Habitat for Humanity, Prairie Opportunity, Sally Kate Winners, but we've also done larger companies. We're working with Ergon right now. We're working with a landscape architecture firm out of Nashville. I mean, Community Bank. I mean, the list goes on and on.
And I'll say finally, one of the best things about the program is you really can do it at your own pace. You may be, a student that just graduated, you want to do the one-year program, but you may be a professional and you need the flexibility.
Oh, yeah. We have just over 200 people in our online program, and we truly have people from all walks of life. We have active military, we have people in other countries. We have people who are employees of Mississippi State and everything in between. So it's really amazing just how many different types of people we get in the program and how we get to serve them.
Well, you have a great person on your team that's helping to tell the story of the MBA program, and she's going to join us right after the break. We're going to talk to the Director of Recruiting and Events Coordinating. Thanks for being here, Angela.
Hey, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.
All right.
At Mississippi State University, business isn't just learned, it's lived. From hands-on projects to real-world partnerships, our students don't just prepare for the future, they help shape it. They turn ideas into impact through experiential learning and entrepreneurship. At Mississippi State, our students gain the skills, confidence, and connections to lead. Experience Bulldog Business and build the future you imagine.
All right, we're back, everybody. Joining us now is Anna Henson. She's the Director and the Recruiting Events Coordinator for our MBA program. Great to have you here, Anna.
Thank you for having me.
So much of your job involves telling the story of the MBA program. So let's just get started talking about what you do.
Yeah, so my role really ranges from night and day, from recruiting our students, of course, filling our programs, to running our social medias, telling that story of the MBA program and what students really fill those roles. I know earlier we mentioned that each student comes from a different discipline, so we do have engineering students, business students, and I think that's been a really big portion of my role, is kind of destroying that stigma that an MBA is only for business students. So that's been a really big portion of my job, is just telling that story. And if you reflect on any of our social medias or any of our sharing content, you'll see that it really is a family, and a lot of our students love saying that too.
So how do you decide about the content that you put out on social media? Because there's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's, all these different places, but not everything works across every platform.
That is correct. So of course we have different audiences. Of course Facebook is more of our alumni engagement, I would say. A lot of them are active, liking our Facebooks, or our Facebook posts, Instagram posts, and so forth. And they really love interacting with our current classes, just because they can see the developing program and how it changes year by year. And then of course our Instagram is really more for prospective students. That age group is really, really heavy on Instagram, really interacting with a lot of our social media. So Instagram would be our primary platform. And through that, we do share different experiences, such as the events that we do offer our students. So of course they are full-time students for the on-campus program, but on my end of things, I really like to host fun events for them, making sure that they're still having a personality and really still enjoying themselves in the program. So a lot of our prospective students like that aspect of, yes, they are pursuing another graduate degree, but there's still additional events such as like pickleball tournaments.
And they're on campus and they're involved in the community.
Yes,
so some of those kind of fun events that you plan, what are some of those? Yeah,
so each year I try to get a better understanding of the class, seeing what they really like. Our current current class really loves trivia nights. So we've had a handful of trivia nights at Dave's, a little bit more casual, laid back. Of course, they get to eat so much pizza, beignet bites, and still get to mingle with everyone. Previously, we've had a pickleball tournament. That was a really big hit.
That sounds fun.
It was a little scary. Some of them are really competitive, but it was a great turnout, and some tailgating events and things of that nature. So try to carry those events through each class, but sometimes, you know, they may have a different interest, whether it be like movie nights and so forth.
But
so
you sort of try to gauge that to see what works for every class. When it comes to the recruiting side of things, talk about attracting people to the program. There are lots of competitive programs out there, obviously, and we know that, but there are special reasons to come here. Yes,
Mississippi State, not trying to be biased, but it is a special program. A lot of factors that draw our prospective students is the one-year accelerated on-campus program. They really love that it's a one-year accelerated because they are able to really enter the workforce with 2 degrees, but still a wealth of knowledge. And during that one-year accelerated program, we have a coordinator of employer engagement who hosts a lot of professional development seminars. So that's another unique contribution that we offer our students. And then the consulting project that you mentioned. The consulting project, of course, at the end of the semester is overwhelming sometimes, but it gives them such a great insight into what it looks like working for a company, working on a team, and so forth. So I would say those are some unique things about our program specifically.
When it comes to other activities that are on campus, specifically to get them engaged, say, with companies or with potential employers, those things are important for the students as well, right?
Yes, without a doubt. A lot of our on-campus students are immediately from undergrad, so they do lack some type of professional development some stuff, and that's where our coordinator of employer engagement comes into play. So we'll have mock interviews, we will have our own MBA career fairs, and we even have an alumni advisory board, so they really serve as mentors for our current students, really giving them more insight into their industries and what that path looks like. So a lot of it is crammed into 1 year, but it's truthfully worth it, and then by the end of it, they're very successful in their roles in their careers.
One thing I hear constantly from employers and even from, I've done some work with some teachers on the high school level, is that students, one thing they lack are soft skills. And so I think this is one of those places. I mean, MBA is a rigorous program, but working on those soft skills is important too, and there's some focus there.
Exactly. So, of course, the curriculum, you are pursuing a graduate degree, so you are maintaining that educational platform of it, but all of the additional professional things that we do offer really enhance, like speaking, working in a team, and even if you don't have like marketing experience, you're most likely going to be working in like a marketing course and additional things like that. So you're growing educationally, but also professionally and individually. Our director Angela always likes to mention how she likes to see the change in students from orientation until up until graduation. You can see that they're more confident in their abilities and things of that nature.
Well, final question, what do you say to a student who's considering the MBA program to get them to do it?
Yeah, meet with me, of course. Do your research, meet with our current students. A lot of the prospective students are just weary about their future, and it doesn't hurt to just learn more information, talk with someone, and even our current students really shed light into what an experience looks like. So definitely go for it. I would say it.
Awesome. Thanks for the work you're doing. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, and thank all of you for joining us. Of course, this is just one platform to hear all the great things happening in the College of Business, and we will see you next time on the Bulldog Business Show.